Hi there, Paul Bright here, founder of Bright Web Media, and in this video I want to answer the question, if I were a financial planner, how would I attract more transition to retirement clients or even retirement planning clients? So I know your time is extremely valuable, so what I want to do is really just get straight to the point and show you how I would go about attracting more transition to retirement clients if I were a financial planner. And to do that, I'd like to show you a roadmap or a flowchart that I've created that would give you an idea of the strategy that I've put together. So I'm going to go through each of the elements here in this strategy just to show you what I mean. But the first thing what I would want to do is create a lead magnet. So the first thing again I'd like to create is this lead magnet, and this would allow me then to attract people to my website, to my business, show them that I'm the expert in financial planning or retirement planning, and use this as a tool to basically build trust and rapport with the client prior to them coming in for an appointment, so they already know I'm already been positioned as an authority, as an expert. So a couple of ideas or a couple of things I would use as this lead magnet or an idea. And when I say lead magnet, I'm talking about creating such as a PDF report, a mini type of ebook. It could be a video, it could be a webinar, it could be a teleseminar, it could be anything that's just, that would I guess educate my client or my prospect and then lead them, basically into my funnel. So some sort of content-based media, educational-based media as well. So a couple of ideas or lead magnet ideas that I've got here. The first one you could create, such as a guide called the Ultimate Guide to Transition to Retirement, or the Ultimate Guide to Retirement Planning. And this could be a short guide that would give some really good information on maybe some strategies they could use, some tips they could follow, some mistakes to avoid, just really a guide to, being able to transition to retirement, or using the transition to retirement strategy or retirement planning or whatever it may be. The second idea is 3 proven ways to grow your superannuation balance by 30% in 10 years or less. So I've just kind of used some of those numbers there, but it could be, by 15% in 5 years or less, or whatever it may be. The third idea could be 3 mistakes most people make when planning for their retirement and how to avoid them. Nice, powerful, easy guide that one is to make, because you just list out the 3 mistakes people make, talk about the mistake, what it is, why it's a mistake, and then how to avoid that. So a nice, easy guide or video you can create using that framework. The fourth idea is 3 questions I always get asked about transition to retirement, or possibly 3 questions I always get asked about retirement planning, or 3 questions I always get asked as a financial planner. And we're just creating this magnet. So these are just ideas that you could use. So creating some sort of report, white paper, ebook, downloadable guide, webinar, teleseminar, video, something like that would give away that information. So we're giving this information away for free in exchange for their name and email address. So they're basically, we're giving something of value away, and we're going to deliver that to them, to their email. And then what they've done is, to get this guide, they've given us their name and email, they've opted into our newsletter, and what we want to do is then engage, or the second thing I would do, so after I've created this guide, is then put together an automated prospect nurture sequence. So that's what I like to call it. It's an automated prospect nurture sequence. So what we want to do is nurture them. We want to still build that relationship. We want to educate them still. We want to show them that we're the authority, we're the experts, and that we're logically the go-to people for retirement planning, or being for transition to retirement, or whatever it may be, financial planning related. So to do that, what we can do is some ideas, and again, this is an automated sequence too. So this is created once and then set to go, and you can tweak it obviously, but it's not something you're having to email people every day. It's just set up and almost a set and forget. So some ideas for a prospect nurture sequence. Well, what we can do is create 3 content, or what I would do is create 3 content-based emails, which would kind of answer the top questions people would normally ask. Maybe, for example, should I salary sacrifice, or should I make after-tax contributions? Could be an example, if that's a common question. Or what's the benefit? Should I use transition to retirement, or should I make contributions to my spouse? Or what investment mix should I use? Should I use a balanced fund or a growth fund? So these could be kind of topics for an email. So I'd pick the top 3 questions, the top 3 frustrations or mistakes people make, and then I would create a short email, around that 500 words, that would kind of answer that question, or how to avoid that mistake. So again, we're still educating and we're adding value to them. But at the end of the email, what I would do is then make what I like to call a soft pitch, or basically an offer for either an appointment or to attend a webinar. So you've got two options, or two options that you could do is just go straight from this into an appointment, or if you want, you could then move into actually a webinar. So, and that can be even like a softer way where you're still adding and building up that relationship. So this is something you could test out and just work out, well, what's the best option? Should you just go straight for the appointment, or should you go through a webinar and then on the webinar make an offer to attend a free no obligation appointment, or whatever it may be? So if they still haven't taken value, so if they still, after this kind of 3 content-based emails, I could either repeat the process, and if they still haven't taken action, they still haven't either attended an appointment or requested an appointment or attended a webinar, then what we could do is then offer a special limited time offer. So maybe for 7 days or for 14 days, or this weekend only, or this week only. If anyone who, if you book an appointment, you will get XYZ. So kind of working out some sort of irresistible offer that would certainly get them to raise their hands, get over that procrastination or that fear of using a financial planner, and getting them into action. So whatever that may be. So that would need to be worked out, an idea of what can we give away, what can we create, what could we offer. Maybe it's just a free dinner or a movie voucher or whatever it may be that would get them to raise their hands and say, yep, okay, now's the time, I need to see someone right now. So that's how I would go about attracting clients. So again, first step would be to build this lead magnet. So we're attracting people into our funnel. So if you talk about like a funnel type marketing scenario. So if we've got our kind of sales funnel where we're building people down, we're getting people at the top and kind of weeding out the ones that aren't interested or not relevant or not qualified, until we get to the ones who are going to attend our appointment and then obviously then convert into a sale. So how do we get people? So we've created this lead magnet. Now our job, after I've created this lead magnet, is to actually give this away to people. So what I need to do is find out, well, where are my ideal clients hanging out on the internet? Or where are they hanging out, and how can I reach these people? So some examples are social media. Are my ideal clients using Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn? If they are, then I can place ads on there, or I could start a Facebook fan page. If people are using, my ideal client uses, Facebook, I can then create a fan page and post some, tips and content. Maybe I could place some ads, Facebook ads. If they're using LinkedIn, I can do some LinkedIn ads and then direct them to the page on my website where I'm giving away my ultimate guide to transition to retirement. I could use search engine marketing. So, using the organic Google results, or, using Google AdWords or pay-per-click marketing, where I'm, giving away my ebook or my guide to people who are searching in transition to retirement or financial planner Brisbane, or whatever it may be, the terms that we find are most relevant to the ideal client. Use traditional advertising, so advertising in newspapers, radio, even yellow pages, where we're still, instead of just offering a general thing, we could offer our lead magnet. Referral partners, so mortgage brokers, accountants. So this is something we could, get our referral partners to actually give away to people. So instead of having to push an appointment, which can always be a little bit awkward or a little bit difficult, what we can do is get them to just say, Mr. Smith, I notice you're 55, you're an ideal person, to use transition to retirement. We've got this, XYZ financial planning firm has this guide. I highly recommend just going to this website and downloading it, so we can use our referral partners. If you can even track these sales, there's so many things you can do using technology. We can track referral, who converts from what referral partner, depending on how sophisticated you want to get. And your existing clients, so you could send out, if you've got an email newsletter, you can send out a thing to your existing clients, even people in your database who are coming up to that transition to retirement. This could be a softer way of, trying to, maybe they're 54 and they're coming up to it, where you can then kind of build up to this and, just start educating them early on. So you're definitely the person, they're not going to go to the banks or to another financial planning firm. So just it's something where you're adding value, you're doing it in a really good way because you're giving away something for free content, and you're helping them out. So these are just some ideas of, how you could get, because the goal now is once we've got this and we've got all this set up, we need to just get this, our lead magnet or our guide or video, teleseminar, whatever it may be, into the hands of as many people as possible, because like any type of funnel, we get people at the top and we'll start converting and working them out. So we need to try and get as many people as we can, but we're doing this in an easy way. We're not having to telemarket it or do anything like that, or you can if you want, but we're just giving away. Our goal is to give away a lead magnet or our free guide. So if we can very hard to write on the screen, but if I just write giveaway, very hard. There we go. So if we can give away this guide, then what we can do is, using follow-up marketing or using our automated prospect nurture sequence, we can then take those people who have requested our ebook, our guide, our video, and then convert them into clients and prospects. So hopefully that answers the question and you've got some value in this video. And this is, if I were a financial planner, this is exactly what I'd be doing right now in my business to attract transition to retirement clients or financial planning clients in general. And this could be, again, done with life insurance, budgeting, or whatever it may be, debt reduction, or whatever it may be that you're trying to focus on. So my name is Paul Bright. I'm the founder of Bright Web Media. If you would like a hand setting this up, so I guess what I do is help businesses set these type of these kind of roadmaps up. So working with them to create these lead magnets, working them to use technology to create these automated prospect nurture sequence, so they're not having to manually send out emails and keep track of everyone. So just setting something up once and then using technology or leveraging technology to make our lives easier, helping businesses set up webinars and those kind of things, and working out just a general framework of how do we use technology and the internet to attract more clients and get more customers. So if you would like a hand with any of this, plus we can certainly build this this is just a simple framework. We can get more involved. If you'd like a hand, again, my name is Paul Bright. I'm the founder of Bright Web Media, and you can contact me on 07 3809 4727. And of course, I'd like to make an offer, and that would be for a free consultation where we can sit down, have a chat over coffee, a nice casual chat, and we can work out, well, how do we implement something like this in your business? And then, of course, if you need a hand setting that up, I would be honored to do that for you. So if there's any questions, please let me know. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.